Hey, welcome to J Stash Fashion TV channel. Hit it. Hello, welcome Hello, you're welcome to J Stash TV channel. So today I'm going to teach you how to make a bustier top. When you want to make a bustier top, the measurement you'll be needing is the shoulder, the bust, the waist, the bust points, the under bust, the half length, the blouse length of the top, and then your round sleeve and sleeve length. Okay, so once you have all that, first of all, you're going to fold your fabric into two. So like I'm using a paper to make my pattern, I'm going to be folding my paper into two. The extent to which you fold it into is, say, 5 inch or a little bit more than 5. So when you fold into two, mark 1 inch below your hemline, okay? And that's done because sometimes when you fold, you might have shortage. So to avoid that, you just go a little bit below and then mark. So the next thing you're going to be doing is to mark your bust points. Say the person's bust point is 10 and the other bust is 14. Then you go ahead and mark the person's blouse length and add 1.5 or 2 inch. So our blouse length is 24. I'm going to be adding 1.5 inch allowance. So there you go. Now another thing you're going to mark is the beginning of the bust curve, which in this case is 7. So I'm just going to use my ruler and define my points. So remember, like I said, this is the beginning of the bust curve, which is 7 according to the person's measurement. Then this person's bust points, this is the person's under bust, and then this is the blouse length plus 1.5 inch. Now, directly on top of your top mark, you just go ahead and mark 3.5. On top of the bust line, the beginning of the bust line mark, you're going to be marking 3.5. Then now the next thing, between your bust point and your under bust, you're going to mark 4.5. 4.5 is the person's nipple to nipple points plus ½ inch. That's what it is. Just this mark is done. Remember, this is my bust point line and this is my under bust line. So between this distance, I did 4.5. Now go ahead, directly under the bust, mark 3.5. Then where you have the blouse length mark, go ahead and mark 4 inch. Next thing is you use your ruler and connect this line from your under bust to where you have the blouse length, which is your 3.5 line to your 4 inch line. Now directly above, which is the beginning of the bust curve to the shoulder point line, just connect this mark. Of course, both here and here is 3.5. So the next thing, you're going to use your French curve to connect this line to this line to this line to form your bust curve. So using your French curve, you do that connection. So how it is, very easy. It's the easiest pattern you can ever think of. Just go ahead and try it and give me let me know how it works out for you. When you try it out, let me know in the comment section. Okay, so this is the center pattern of it. See how it is? Quite easy. Please, whenever you're making this curve, be sure not to have any pointy edges. Here should be curved, all your parts should be curved, because you know people don't like it when their bust line is pointy. So now the next thing you're going to do is to fold your pattern paper or your fabric into two. So at this point I don't bother taking any precise measurement as per the fold, because I know I'll place it in a way that I can easily adjust. So when you fold into two, first place the center pattern on top, and then when you're posting it, remember this part is, when you're placing this part is folded, so I can easily adjust, okay, if I need to reduce. That's why I'm placing it this way. So once you have this done, mark your armhole line. In this case, her armhole line is 9 inch because it's going to have sleeve, and her half length is 17. So now pay close attention. Now, if you can remember, when we're making this center front pattern, we use 3.5 inch. I'm just going to explain why I'm going to minus what I'm minusing. So I have 3.5 inch here. 1 inch is going for my sewing allowance. So what I will have, we having left here is 2.5. So for me to get my shoulder measurement, I'm going to be minusing 2.5 here to get my shoulder measurement. On top of my bust line, I'm going to be minusing 3 inch here to get my bust line measurement. And then where I have my half length line, I'm going to be minusing 2.5. So let me go through it again. You're going to be minusing 2.5 to get your remaining shoulder measurement. At the bust line, you're going to be minusing 3 inch to get your bust measurement, and then at the waistline you're going to be minusing 2.5. So let me just go ahead and use my ruler to define this line. This line is very important, especially if you are a beginner, so that your armhole depth doesn't come lower than what it is supposed to be. So you just define the lines so you can follow them. So having done that, let's proceed. You use your tape, put your 2.5 inch mark of your tape on your previous pattern, like so. So now you're going to do your shoulder measurement divided by 2. So in this case, hers is 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. So I have my 7 marked there. Now her bust measurement is 38. So I'm going to be minusing 3 on that line. Okay, let me just do a dotted line to this point so you can follow through. So on where I have this curve of the center front previously done, I'll just move my tape of 3 to that mark. So I can now do my bust measurement divided by 4. So 38 divided by 4 is 9.5. I'm going to be adding 2 inch sewing allowance. Now her waistline, I'm just going to do this dotted line so that you'll be able to follow that line. So we're going to be doing minus 2.5, placing it on the previously marked curve like so. I'm going to be doing my waist measurement divided by 4. So our waist is 32 divided by 4 is 8. And I'm going to add 2 inch sewing allowance. So personally, I don't bother taking. If you want, you can go ahead and take. You do minus 3 here, mark the hip measurement divided by 4 and add 2 inch. But personally, I don't bother myself doing that. I'm just going to slope at that point. So using my ruler, I connect my bust line allowance to my waistline allowance, then going downwards, I'm just going to slope out. You know our shape. It's like this. So having done this, I'm going to be creating a curve at this bottom. Okay. So for me to get that curve, I'm going to be putting my tape like so, and mark 1.5 inch. Okay. Then using my French curve, I'm going to create that slope, that curve, to give a beautiful curve at the bottom of my top. Now for the armhole curve, I'm just going to use my ruler and extend my shoulder measurement to where I have my bust line marked. Okay, having done that, I'll use my French curve to create my armhole curve. Just place the bottom part to meet this line and place the body to meet this line, giving very nice armhole curve. So you can just go ahead while doing this, you can pin it down. Okay, so and you cut. Okay. So there, it's done. So this is my center front pattern and this is my side. One is going this way, another is going this way. So these are my center pattern. Now for us to get the back pattern, we're going to do sew back, folding. Like I said, if you're using your pattern paper or you're using your fabric, just go ahead and fold into two. So I'm going to cut for my center back. I fold into two, and then I take my previously cut center front and place. Now, of course, your back does not have the breast curve, so you're going to shift, move it to the edge so that here and here is equal and here is equal. So let me just show you. If I turn it this way, this is how it looks. So minus this curve. Okay, so just go ahead. I'm just doing this for beginners. So if it's your first time trying this, I bet you're going to have a good result. So you can just go ahead for your zip allowance. You can just add 1 inch. Or if you can do 1.5, but 2 inches is actually too much. The most you can do is 1.5. So this is what I normally do. When you extend your marking downwards. Now let me help you do something. After your half length, remember our half length is 17. After 17, you go down by 4 inches. Immediately after the 4 inch, you slope out. So if I connect my 1 inch line up to the points where I have this, and then I'm just going to slope out. What this does is it helps to eliminate the back fold in your blouse. Helps to make the back towards the hip side to relax. So to create an ease and eliminate fold on the zipper line. It doesn't really look good when you make a top and then the back is folded. So by doing this curve, it helps you because our back is not straight. A lot of persons, when they are making their pattern, they just cut their zip allowance straight. Is wrong. So just notch to indicate this is going to be our zip allowance. And remember here it's folded, just go ahead and open it up. So this is our center front panel. It's 2. Okay. Now to create the side panel of our back, you're going to fold your pattern paper or your fabric into 2 in a way where how you won't be able to have so much waste. And you take your previously cut side pattern. Let me use this so you'll be seeing the lines. So the previously side cut pattern and place on top. Now I'm going to reduce it so as to save. I hate waste. Okay, so just the same way you did to the back, push it to the way. Push it in a way where you have here equal and then this down equal. So like so. Remember this curve of here straight. Just having gotten that done, you cut your shape the same. Okay, so having done that, I'm going to remove this and then I'm just going to open and get rid of this. I'm going to open here. So there you have it. This is our backside pattern. This is our center back pattern. So we join this to this. This is our zip allowance. Okay, remember you took 1 inch, so this is your zip allowance. When you're sewing, make sure you observe the curve. Okay, and this is our front pattern. This is our side front pattern. And this is our center front pattern. So there we go. It's complete. Now please try this. I'm sure it's going to be very helpful. It's a very easy process. And so just able to go if you don't understand it the first time, just go over the video the second time and give it a try. I bet you love this pattern. It's the best pattern you've ever tried, and you'll be shocked, you'll be amazed at the fantastic results you're going to have. So goodbye to all those pointy edges of your bust curve. So if you like this video and you find it very helpful, go ahead, like and share, comment.